I did get a long ass message from someone that I matched on Bumble with.
Good old Bumble.
Who kind of technically stood me up on a date that I organised and planned. What he said, and we're going to call him in a second.
Bumble boy.
So, what he said was, my thoughts on Tinder and modern dating is that women have more choice and have it easier than guys, but a main reason majority of guys that crap for girls is because they haven't had the experience and learning curves to mature. But also, with the option of more freedom to choose, people are more picky into their ideal guy or woman. Which is problematic because we all want what our grandparents had, right? That happy marriage long term. Also, this guy is really into like romance stuff, like, you know,
I love old school romance.
Yeah. But like his ex ruined it apparently. But we most likely won't have that because we have so much freedom to choose. We aren't forced to make things work with one person because we think we can move on to the next best thing. So that's why divorce rates are higher than normal, because the shift into options and people are most likely hopeless when given options because they don't want to miss out but also don't want to pick. And back in past, you see a history of women dating older guys, which because you have the option to do whatever age is why most ladies find crappy guys. Plus, no offense, girls normally are looking for more in a guy that's what he's got, and that's okay. But a major reason girls end up with bad guys. That's just a little bit. And we're gonna call him.
God damn it!
What? Damn! I love the... Jesus Christ! He's got a V-line! Oh my god.
The temperature just got
I think I'm sweating a bit.
I can tell.
I just had a message from someone that I know dearly. Does Tinder have an age limit, 18 plus or similar? My younger daughter is talking about it and argues she's old enough to be on there. My wife and I disagree with her, but she won't listen. Tinder has an age limit. It's 18 and plus. A lot of people fake their age on it.
G'day.
Hey!
How's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How's the roomie?
I'm good, thanks.
How should we start this?
I agree with everything that you said.
Oh yeah, she read the message while I was driving.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Okay,
agree. I
cool.
agree.
Hey, that's good. Now my question is what are your top 3 romantic movies? Like, romance movies. What are your top 3?
Why?
God damn it. All right, let me
I
think.
don't watch romantic movies.
I do.
I don't. I can't do it.
That is so
Okay,
sad.
What are your roommate? Okay.
Yeah, okay, Sam.
Top 3. Can we ask another question first? and
What
we
are
get
your
back to
top 3?
Oh, shit.
Yes.
That's a hard one. I love The Longest Ride. Sorry for The Longest Ride. That was a nice movie.
Agreed.
If I Stay was another good one.
I never thought you'd be a Nicholas Sparks fan.
There was a summer one that was called like Summer Love or something. That was really good. But if you watch Love Rose and then Me Before You, it was similar.
Me Before You. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that's my favourite actually.
With Love Rose
Yep.
is really interesting if you watch both together. I only recently watched The Notebook, which was really good.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of The Notebook.
I haven't seen it.
No, not for Liz. Or maybe it was Dirty Dancing. It was the one where they were at the hotel.
Yeah, that's Dirty Dance.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Not a big fan.
Yeah, it's a lot of misogyny.
Haven't seen that either.
I have to agree with The Longest Ride. That is a very good movie. To be honest, all my replay movies are there.
Or, when it comes to mind of, like, best romance movie, were you a fan of The Notebook or no?
Kinda, not really.
See, normally most people, it's my question, they always love at least one old school romance movie,
Yeah, fair.
right? And what do romance movies do? They show good, a little bit of bad, and that's it. And like an overcome.
Yes, but then they were also predictable.
And they're predictable. Most people see that and they want that journey, that up and down drama. Then the consequences.
See, that's why I don't watch romantic movies, because I don't want that expectation in my life.
In
Yeah, so
saying,
too many people have that expectation.
but in saying that though, you watch rom-coms now, right? And they have the same sort of like storyline, the same sort of predictability, but they like romanticize the down part. So when the down parts happen now, in real life, you're like, well, this is not what I signed up for. This is not like,
Exactly.
no thank you. Abort mission.
Then my question is, okay, so both of you on Tinder?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, why are you on Tinder?
question seriously. I really can't because I'm playing games with people.
I'm on Tinder to meet people.
If you want to meet people, you know.
I was originally on Tinder as a catfish for my first YouTube, like for a YouTube video. That's the reason why I was on Tinder originally. Like not to get anything out of it. And then
Mine was to meet people because I'm always so busy and I'm always on the go. So I have met people.
That's good.
Yeah.
are you on Tinder?
Yeah, I am on Tinder.
Why are you on Tinder?
It was originally to meet people, then it was for the route, then it's just shits and gigs now.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're both at the moment, the shits and gigs.
Well, I'm playing Connect 4 with people, so it is definitely shits and gigs.
Yeah, and that's the next thing. For girls and guys, girls can probably swipe 2 in every 5 guys and get a match, right? Girls are 100% more likely to get more matches than guys.
I beg to differ.
I don't get that one.
Neither.
Yeah.
But the thing is you're more picky.
But then so are guys. It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street. But the reason guys don't learn is because they don't get enough experience.
Enough experience in what way?
Like, you don't get enough experience in relationships, like learning to compromise. Like, can I ask how old you guys are?
I'm 21,
I'm 25.
and you're like
Yeah, see,
my age, aren't you?
I'm 18. But most people are, especially girls, are immature. They're not willing to compromise for a guy. Because guys need compromise, and guys will make compromises as well. But guys have to see compromises first before they act, because they'll learn.
Yeah, fair. But then
See,
some girls are immature too.
no, look, majority of girls are immature for a relationship. Majority of girls, at least 18 to about 25, are immature as shit, right? And they're not girls that society used to see.
And what entitles that?
Well, you know, you have more freedoms and things like that, which is perfectly right. I'm all good for freedoms and do whatever. But I'm saying in the way that we're comparing ourselves to the past because we don't have standards of society. Now, see, majority of girls at least have set nudes wipe, right? Have at least done it once. Or a revealing picture.
Depends on the status of revealing, because was it intentional, was it not intentional?
Ooh, that's a good topic.
Because I had someone tell me today on social media, just because I was wearing a dress and it was, unintentionally revealing, that it was because of what I was wearing.
I'm saying revealing like as if you wanted or something.
Like what? Because wearing a swimsuit and saying you're at the beach can be classified as revealing, but it's actually unintentionally
I'm
revealing.
not saying that. I'm saying you deliberately send a photo to someone.
Oh, well then, I haven't.
Okay, that's good. You're one of the wait, you're 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've escaped that little, you're one of the outliers when you look at it, because really, you're from an earlier generation, or probably from here on out, from the 18, 19, 20, they've all done it, at least.
Have you?
I have, yeah.
Well, that's fair. I mean, that seems to be the generation that people grow up in, though. People were doing that when I was younger. Younger.
It's a societal norm.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you do it, you learn from it. I regret it, and I'm not going to do it again. Even if I'm in a relationship, I just don't do it because it's cheaper. Majority, I talked to a few girls, and they've all had OnlyFans, and I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, and I say, all for them, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what I would like in the end of the day is I'll sleep with heaps of guys, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, which is fair. I'm the same. I don't want to know. I don't care. I don't care their numbers.
You gotta give them their own privacy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People want to know everything.
Yeah. I don't really care about numbers, and I'm not really one to get jealous if they have heaps of female friends. I really don't care. At the end of the day, it's just communication. If you're honest with me, then yeah, fine. Yeah. I just think.
What do you find with guys? What do you find with guys at current moment?
At the moment, I find that, the people that I talk to, because obviously I'm talking to people that are slightly older than I am, it's always yeah, they want to settle, because I'm straight up. I'm I want to settle now. I don't want to waste my time. And then they're like, yeah, cool, no worries. And I will not express my emotions too much because I am scarred and have been. And I tend to be a little bit more guarded, which I was telling Pagan today. So when I do share those emotions, it's then they turn into every other guy that I've ever talked to in my whole entire life. And they just ghost you, or they don't talk to you. Or, if you're going through a hard time, they're like, yeah, talk to me. Let me help you. So you talk to them, and then they're like, oh no, this is too much for me. And it's well, this is why I don't share, so don't ask, sort of thing. Let me warm up to it. Because they want everything so quickly. They want everything at the snap of their fingers, and it's
instant gratification.
Yeah, and I'm not willing. I want long term. I don't want, something to just fade as quickly as a candle, like blowing out a candle. So, and then when you say that, they're not happy.
No, exactly, yeah.
And then it comes back on you.
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it comes back on you, like you tell people, or you tell your friends, and they're like, oh, maybe you're picking the wrong ones, or it's not you, but it's who you're choosing, so it's still me in the end. Or, you know, maybe you need to lower your standards. But if I lower my standards, then I'm not getting someone that I know I'm worthy for.
Or it's just not the right time.
Yeah. You know.
I think it's a lot of us, it's a society thing. And this issue, we've got to figure it out for the future generations, because we're in that in-between phase. And so all these issues you're having now, eventually they'll slowly be ironed out over the years. But we're going to face big issues, like with high divorce rates, because people have options. And guys, from what it sounds like, is when you deliver your problems, they go, okay, who else can I find?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't have issues that will give me everything I want.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's no offense to you. Everyone's got baggage.
Yeah.
Everyone's got something in their life.
Yeah.
And majority of the time, the people that actually have been through something significant are actually more nice and genuine people.
Yeah.
I reckon at least everyone, at least in their life, should have one instant of loss or some major impacting life event, because it changes the way you look at people and how you treat people.
Yes, I agree.
Because otherwise you don't learn like sympathy or loss.
And you don't grow.
And there's a big driving point to understanding others.
I agree. I always think that when you're talking to someone, they're always waiting for the next best thing. And until someone puts a ring on my finger, then it's always going to be like a guessing game. Unless someone's like adamant and they make me feel reassured. But I also don't think that's fair on the guy. I think that's just what society's brought us.
You don't need a guy's approval.
No, but I also don't think it's fair to put the pressure on the guy to make you feel secure. So, you know. Because
everyone wants to feel loved.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the downfall of a relationship, is that if you're too needy,
yeah,
you've got to have your own time, and then you've got to have couple time.
Yeah, agreed.
You've got to find that balance.
It's got to be equal.
And at first, that honeymoon phase is the biggest misconceiving thing ever.
Yeah, indeed.
So that's the thing that gets you hurt, is because you have the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, because you remember all the good things that happened during the honeymoon phase, and then when shit hits the fan, you're like, well, crap, what do I do?
Look, I haven't had the great experience, and I don't actually have any experience. There's no point really me pitching in if I don't actually have the experience.
That's
All the
fair.
knowledge to talk about
But
things.
even if you don't have experience or knowledge, a view on a situation can still be.
I mean, the only experience that I really have is more of a relationship sort of thing, because Sam, has never had a relationship. She's never found the right person, whereas I have, and then now I'm, on that Tinder phase where I'm like, what am I doing, actually?
Yes, you've hoed around enough that now you're like, okay.
Yeah, we all go through that phase, though.
Yeah, everyone goes through that phase. Everyone has that, I want to be valued, and the higher your body count is, that makes you feel nice.
See, that's not where I'm at. I've never actually, although I'm talking to people on Tinder, I've never actually hooked up with someone on Tinder.
No, but it's nice to know the guys want you.
It's nice
so
to
when
know
you talk to that, it's that validation that comes in your mind that you don't even think about. It's like, oh, I can get with these people if I want to. It doesn't have to be physical, it's the idea, the mental idea.
Well,
See, women are more mental with that type of thing, while guys like that physical number.
I don't know, I think I'm just picking the wrong people, because all I get on Tinder is, let's fuck. And I'm like, I just want a conversation, actually.
But it's not just you. Because I get it too.
Yeah, you get it
and
a lot.
And the problem is you sift through so many different people, and you just get to a point where it's like, I'm done. Which is where I'm at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm done, I don't want to do it anymore. You know, but then you go into your head and you're like, well, if I don't go looking, because for me in particular, I'm way too busy to actually go out and meet people.
someone.
So for me, this is convenient because it's like, okay, I can still talk to someone whilst I'm busy, you know, at the hospital or whatever it is. So, you know, for me, it's like, okay, I just want to genuinely talk to someone. I just want to have like, you know, I don't even care if we just be mates at the end of this. But a lot of people just straight away were like, nah, you can't. Like, there's no way you can.
Or like you find like someone who seems interesting and then you start talking to them, but you invest like some time into them and then it just goes cold from there.
Oh, especially if you invest a lot of time. Like, I invested a lot of time in this particular a particular person, and yeah, out of nowhere dropped off the face of the earth. Then you're left in limbo. And I think the limbo period is what gets a lot of people, and it's created that social, you know, abnormality with relationships, because everyone's kept in limbo. Because they've always got someone waiting. There's always
Everyone's
something around the
fake.
corner. Yeah. And
Even
like,
with friendships.
and then even when you're trying to be honest and you're like, no, I'm being 100% honest with you now, you're always questioned.
Yeah.
You're never actually like taken seriously.
Yeah, so too many people have too many insecurities about these type of things.
Like, I would rather someone be face value, like face up, and just tell me straight.
Be direct.
Yeah, like, I'm an adult. I can care for myself.
You can handle it. Like,
yeah.
You much want someone to be like, yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is not what I want. Rather than toying you around and pulling your strings, and then in the end you're like, why did you mentally do that to me? Like,
Yeah.
Why
and then
did
you're
you...
in limbo, and then a couple months later they're like, hey. And it's like,
no.
What?
I'm not going through this shit again.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then I think there's like a stark difference with the apps that are around too. Because some people that are on Tinder are on Bumble, aka the three of us. But then on Bumble, your profile's different to what it is on Tinder.
Yeah. Bumble, you're more looking for someone, where Tinder, it's like, let's just fuck.
Like, to be honest, I'm never on Tinder.
Exactly.
Like, very rarely am I on Tinder in comparison to Bumble.
I'm never on Bumble. I can't message first. I really can't.
But it's as simple as saying hey.
I know.
And I know it's really bland, but it's as simple as saying hey.
No, people, that's the thing that people are so bad at, is just balling, like getting balls and just saying hello. Because you gotta look at life, even if that person doesn't become that one person, it's a contact, it's networking. And life at current moment is all networking. Who do you know?
Yep.
Especially for your business. I say everyone is their own business, because how you like self-market yourself will get you more jobs. So say you work at the hospital, if you're nice to that person, say, it's a nobody, and they eventually become a manager and they come in contact with you again, the likelihood that you guys are going to work very well together is perfect, because you just did that little hey.
Yeah,
so you've
exactly.
got to look at life and be like, how do I brand myself constantly? Who is the person you want to be? And that's how you attract the right people.
Yeah, and it's all about like what confidence you have. At the end of the day, confidence is appealing.
It's not even about confidence.
I think it is, because in order to build up the courage, like a lot of people struggle to just, genuinely talk to people that they don't know. Just to have a smile or a hey, or to look someone in the eyes is, confidence for a lot of people. But if you just...
See, the thing is, you can hide behind a screen now. So there shouldn't... See, I see confidence as sort of two sides to a coin. Confidence, it's nice to have it, but you don't need it. You just need to think, okay, I'm going to learn.
Yeah.
It's like, first time you go have sex, what are you? You're nervous. Right?
But I think that
Everyone's nervous their first time.
Yeah.
But you don't develop that confidence until you keep doing it.
Yeah.
And you just got to get it overdone with.
But not
And
necessarily...
as you keep doing it, you get better and better.
I guess that's true, in a sense. But I think confidence also comes with communication and being honest with how you actually feel. It's not always like, yeah, I can do this. Like, I can win,
It's not saying you can do this. It's about learning the skills to be able to do the job. To be able to contact anyone and make a conversation work.
I think it also just comes down to people skills, like general people skills.
And you don't learn it unless you keep doing it.
I'm so used to like face-to-face stuff. Like for my example, I'm used to like face-to-face contact, and then whenever it comes to messaging, like I just can't do it.
Yes, I'm a shit texter. I hate texting.
Yeah, I can't.
That's why you and I don't work, because I like most people I talk to, it doesn't work out because I shit texting. I rather a phone call.
Well, see, that's why I prefer either face-to-face contact with someone or like a phone call, because then you get the gist of like their emotions and what they're trying to bring through. Whereas texting is just so dry, and I physically can't.
I get that. I do get that, and I will text someone for a period of time, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm done. But you know, I get where you're coming from, and which is why if I'm talking to someone, I'm like, okay, let's meet up, and I try to, if I'm like really interested, I try to make it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And then you can get like the 100% general gist of this person, because on the phone you can still hide, you know. When you're face to face with someone, it's out there. Like, you can't hide anything.
Yeah.
You know. And then when you go home, you're like, okay, let me think about it. Do I not? Like,
yeah.
You know. So I think it just depends. Like, anyone has their forte in how they communicate with someone. Like, I'm not a big fan of Snapchat, but everyone seems to use it. If someone gives me their number, I'd rather text them than, you know, Snapchat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, you've just got to go along with what society's.
He's very wise, though. He's wise beyond his years. There was a lot digged at you. And now you've got the answer why he stood you up.
Because I don't text him. But he doesn't text at all.
But then I think he's also picked out that maybe you, like, because sometimes he sees your stories and you've done rants where you're like, you know, talking about Tinder and whatnot, so then he knows that you're not in for, like, a serious thing, and you're there for the validation, and, like, he's very, I wouldn't say, he's very dead set on the fact that women are immature, but, like he said, it's in his age group.
Yeah.
It's in his age group. So you can't have that narrow-minded thinking, because when he realised, like, when you told him that I hadn't had a relationship yet, he's like, oh. I was like, yeah. I haven't, but does not mean that I haven't slept with people. Does not mean that I haven't met people. Doesn't mean that I'm immature. I am mature for my age.
Yeah, I think we're both mature for our ages.
Yeah.
We've been through shit.
I just think it's a matter of sifting it out.
Yeah.
Because there is a point there where, you know, he's right. Like, we are always expecting the next best thing.
But I think also he's been with heaps of immature people, that he hasn't actually been with someone who's mature.
Yeah.
Like, high school relationships, that's always going to be immature. There's not going to be anything serious there. You're lucky if you get something serious there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think he's had that mature person, so he's just out to rat anyone and just be like, nah, the people that I've dealt with in school.
There are some things that he said that was valid.
Yeah, oh, completely.
But there are other things there that I highly disagree with. And, you know, we can always have this conversation again if he ever sees this. But, you know,
sorry.
You know, I don't know. I just think that everyone is different. Everyone's experiences are different. Like, my experiences with guys is different to your experiences with guys, even though you're more experienced than me. Does that make sense? Like, relationship-wise.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I may be more experienced in the non-relationship side of things.
But I have that relationship experience.
Yeah, that I don't have.
Although it's very, very, very little.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, he's right. Like, everyone's always waiting, what's the next best thing? When shit hits the fan, it's like, what's the next best thing? I can't handle this, too much baggage. Problem is, everyone's got baggage. And it's more talked about now, you know? Yeah. Whereas people back in the olden days didn't know about it until they were well and truly married, and they just kind of put up with it, you know? So, and there was a lot of different contributing factors back then. There was war, there was all this other stuff, like, you know, other stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't have the phones. They didn't have, like, they had letters. They had face-to-face contact. Like, we can still do that here, but we choose not to. We opt not to. Which is right. It's a social norm now. But in the same token, you can't base it on, you know, them being immature or them not having enough experience or, you know, girls not knowing exactly what they want. Guys don't know what they want either. They just think they do. And
that's when, like, that's when you have, like, if you find the person that can help you through that and develop that skill. It does. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little rant. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Also follow Sam on our social medias. They'll be in the description below. Same as mine. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. And if you want more of this stuff, let us know before I fuck off to somewhere else and Sam fucks off to somewhere else. So
yeah, we're not living here very soon, so
no.
but yeah, it's been good. It's been a mess of a conversation, but yeah, let us know.